Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Ashley and welcome back to my channel, Worth the Read, where we talk about books that are worth your time reading. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa and Hanukkah. This is my first video back for the year. And of course, it's going to be a haul. So this is my Christmas book haul, bookish haul, everything books that I purchased myself for Christmas. Let's get right into it. Now, most of these books were purchased from Book Outlet, and I'm not sponsored by Book Outlet. I just like to purchase there because I can buy more for less. But the first book that I purchased myself for Christmas was not. Previous reviews, well, Covers and Cocktails, I did a review of Jane Austen's Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. Let me see if you get a good look at it. So, I found out through Instagram that she was ready to release her second book, the sequel to Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. And this is it, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, and A Baby Makes Two. Now, if you saw my Covers and Cocktails for Black Girls Must Die Exhausted, I did not tell you that at the end of the book, the main character finds out that she is pregnant. This is the sequel, and I'm excited to get into it. I gave this book, I think I gave it 4 stars or 4.5 stars, because it was talking about me. The main character was myself and my friends and our situations and things that we're going through currently, being single Black females in the working environment and trying to figure out if we're ever going to get married or have a family or deal with stuff like that. So because of that, this book really spoke to who I am, and I absolutely loved it. So when I saw that she was pre-selling the second book, I ordered it immediately and I received a signed copy of the book. So this is what I bought myself. My next purchase is something that I purchased for myself and my mother and my best friend. And that is the Becoming Guided Journal. This is a journal that Queen Michelle Obama, created as guided journals. If you don't know what guided journals are journals that give you topics to write about. They ask you questions. It's more than just writing whatever you want on a daily basis. It actually wants you to focus on one thing and think about that and write about that. So I bought this for myself. I bought this for my mom and my best friend in Baltimore. And I'm going to try to do it. I am a journaler, is that a word? At heart. I want to journal on a daily basis. I've tried it. I do journal, but it'll be like huge gaps. Think I'll journal 3 weeks in a row and then it will be like a year and a half later I'll journal again. But I'm going to focus this year in 2020 on concentrating on what my goals are, and one of my goals is to do this guided journal. So that's why I purchased it, and it's cheaper on Amazon than it is anywhere. These last selection of books are all books that I purchased off the Book Outlet. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Book Outlet. I love them because their books are cheap. I have a problem because it's hard to find minority authors on Book Outlet. I don't know if that's because they don't get the extra shipments from the publishing companies of minority authors, or they don't seek a lot of minority authors. If somebody knows, please tell me. But I still purchase my books off of Book Outlets nevertheless. And the first book that I purchased in this Book Outlet book haul is Fangirl Girl. Now, by Rainbow Rowell. This book was published in 2013. Every booktube book lover has purchased and read this book. I have not. I saw it on Book Outlet and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to finally purchase it at a discounted price, because I do not like books that I know I may not like. I'm not paying full price for them. So I'll wait till they hit Book Outlet and I'll get them for a cheaper discount. So I don't feel bad when I read them and I do not like them. This book is about a girl who writes fan fiction for a series that she read as a child, which is loosely based on the Harry Potter series. I enjoy reading fan fiction. It's very creative. I partake in that from time to time. So I finally wanted to read Fangirl. This book has a lot of hype, but going on Goodreads, I realized that the reviews of it are horrible. So we'll see. I'll give you my opinion. Rainbow Rowell Fangirl. These next set of books I will not be giving major detail about because I'm trying to make sure this video is not too long. I try to read an autobiography every year, and last year, well 2 years ago, I wanted to read Gucci Mane, who's a rapper. Most attributed him to the originator of trap music. His autobiography. I think he's an interesting person. I've always followed Gucci Mane before he did his whole evolution into the person that he is today. I wasn't a big fan before because of his lifestyle outside of rapping, but I enjoyed his rap. So it was a conflict of interest there. But I always wanted to read his autobiography, and that is this book right here. And I found this on Book Outlet. So I was surprised to see this on Book Outlet. When I saw it, I jumped on it. The next book that I purchased off Book Outlet is Dark Thirst. It's a book compilation of short stories about vampires by Black authors. Omar Tree, who wrote one of my first books I've ever read, Fly Girl, Donna Hill, Monique Jackson, and others, all wrote series about vampires and things like that. So I saw this on Book Outlet. Again, whenever I see books on Book Outlets by Black authors or other minority authors, I try to purchase them because it's very few and far between do you see these books. So, of course, I wrote this. I purchased this. I am not a fan of the vampire series. What's that series they turned into a movie? You guys know what I'm talking about. I wasn't a fan of those books. I didn't read them. I started it and I was just like, this is stupid and childish and just does not make any sense. And I was not a fan of the movies, but you know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of it. Hopefully this is more entertaining. Some authors that when I see them on Book Outlet, I just have to purchase their books regardless of what the book's about or if I think I'm going to be interested in it, because I've read previous books by this author and I love their style. Jason Reynolds is one of those authors. Whenever I see his books on Book Outlet, is a non-negotiable purchase. It just has to be purchased. And also Renee Watson. Last year I purchased Piecing Me Together by Renee Watson. I have not read this yet, but this book has excellent reviews and she's won a lot of awards. I don't know how many, but it's a lot of them. A lot of awards about this book. So when I saw that they had 2 other books by her, of course I purchased them. I didn't even read the synopsis. I just purchased them. And one is What My Mother Left Me. And another one that she co-wrote with Ellen Hagen, Watch As Rise. I was surprised to see these books. Again, Black authors on Book Outlet. You have your staples. They also always have Jason Reynolds books, and they seem to always have her books. So I purchased them as soon as I saw them. Last 2 books that I purchased for my Christmas book haul were books that I think I found them in the mystery or thriller section. I like to read mysteries and I also like to read thrillers. And the first book is Dead Girl Society by Michelle Chris. I purchased this book because of the tagline inside, which reads, "You are cordially invited to participate in a game of thrills and dares. Tell no one and come alone if you dare." It hooked me. I like to read books about secret clubs, secret societies, sororities, fraternities, things like that. So that was a no-brainer. When I saw the Dead Girl Society, I automatically was like, okay, this is the purchase. And the next book is This Lie Will Kill You by Chelsea Pitcher. And I did not read anything. I didn't read the synopsis about the book. I thought the title was interesting. And when you're purchasing books off a book outlet, they're so cheap that you can just do that. So that's how I got this one. The next two books are books I purchased for my aunt. My aunt, my mother's sister, is the kind of person that has everything and wants for nothing. So she's an avid reader like myself. We actually used to trade books when I was in high school and I was in my Zane reading phase. We're reading books that are erotic fiction. If anybody doesn't know, Zane is an erotic fiction writer. And honestly, I probably shouldn't have been reading these books at the age I was. Maybe high school was okay, but when I started reading Zane, I maybe shouldn't have been reading them. And she found my stash of books and she took them home with her. Didn't ask me, which at first freaked me out. I'm just like, how do you touch someone's books? And she borrowed one and I didn't know. And then she told me, and she's just like, do your mother know you're reading these books? And I'm just like, no, and she does not need to know what they're about. So if you want to borrow more of her books, you will keep your mouth shut. And she did. So it was kind of like a secret between my aunt and I. And she's much older than me. She's not like one of those aunts that are like kind of your age. So it was kind of our little secret. And I loved her for that. And since then, we've always traded books back and forth. So this year for Christmas, I decided to get her two books. One of my top 10 favorite books of all time, and that's Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Parrish. And another book that I thought she would enjoy, The Woman in Cabinton. So these are two books I purchased for my aunt as a Christmas gift. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. That is my Christmas book haul. I am currently reading Slay by Brittany Morris. This book was one of my suggested Amazon books that I purchased blindly off of Amazon when they suggest that you would like them. I did a whole video about it. This is one of the books. I'm almost done reading this book. I did enjoy it. So Amazon, you get a thumbs up for this one. I have two other books to read. We'll see if I like them, but this one I definitely did enjoy, and I will do a review on this book soon. So that's what I'm currently reading. I want to give a shout out to the Eagles for making the NFC East champions and knocking the Cowboys out of the game, even though they won their football game. Everybody, I hope has a safe and happy holiday, or had a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you soon back at Worth the Read. Comment, like, subscribe. I always forget to say that. I guess I really don't care about that part of YouTube, but comment, like, subscribe, click the button for notifications, and everybody have a great day. Many blessings from Philly and Worth the Read. Peace.